Today we are going to discuss one important application of Gauss theorem, that is to find the electric flux due to an infinitely charged plane sheet. Okay, and consider this is an infinitely charged plane sheet, and here we want to calculate the electric field at any point at a distance r from the sheet, and we consider this point P is at a distance r from the sheet, and similarly this point P dash, same distance, this point will also be at a distance r from this plane sheet. Now why I consider these 2 points here? Because electric field from the positive charge is radially outward, so in this side electric field will be in this direction, and on the opposite side electric field will be in this direction. So direction of electric field will be opposite in either side. So to take into account both the point P and P dash in both sides, we have to consider a Gaussian surface so that we can include both the charges. So here we will consider a cylindrical Gaussian surface from here to here. This is a cylindrical Gaussian surface, and from here to here it is r, and here to here it is r. So the length of this Gaussian surface is 2r, and we consider cross section area of this Gaussian surface is A. Okay, this is the cross section area in the sheet. To Gauss theorem we know that the total flux through this closed surface is closed integral E dot ds equals to q enclosed divided by epsilon naught. Okay, now here we are going to split this closed integral into these 3 surface integral: this surface, and this curved surface of the cylinder. So surface S1 E dot ds1 plus surface S2 E dot ds2 plus surface S3 E dot ds3 equals to q enclosed divided epsilon naught. See here, the surface ds, the direction of the surface ds1 and electric field is same, and in this side surface ds2 and electric field are in same direction, but this curved surface direction and the electric field are perpendicular, because in this side the electric field in this direction, and here ds3 will be in this side, and the electric field will be again here, so the perpendicular. So here E is perpendicular ds1, parallel to ds1, E is parallel to ds3, ds2, and E is perpendicular to ds3. So this integral will give you what? S1 E ds1 cos 0 degree, and this integration S2 E ds2 cos 0 degree plus S3 E ds3 cos 90 degree, and equals to q enclosed divided by epsilon naught. Okay, and this integral will give you what? S1 E ds1 plus S2 E ds2, this is 0. And what is the charge enclosed through this cylinder? The charge enclosed through this cylinder is only the charge in that portion. So the charge on this cross section area of the cylinder we have to consider here. So what will be the charge on that cross section? We know the surface charge density of a surface sigma equals to total charge divided by area. So total charge is equals to cross section area into the surface charge density. So here the total charge enclosed by this cylinder will be what? The cross section area of this cylinder into the surface charge density of the plate. So this is sigma into A. A is what? A is the cross section area of this cylinder divided by epsilon naught, and this is E integration ds1 plus E integration ds2 sigma A divided by epsilon naught. Okay, now see, ds1 means total area of this surface, this is A. E ds2 means total area of this surface, so this is again A. so it is sigma A divided by epsilon naught, and it will be 2EA equals to sigma A divided by epsilon naught. A get cancelled, you will get E equals to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So this is the electric field at a distance r due to a infinitely long plane sheet, and this electric field is independent of r, that is, it doesn't depend what is the distance of this point from the plane sheet. Okay.